Okay, we've got our school open. Now, a student walks in your school. What are you going to do? Okay, this is the orientation video. This orientation video, it breaks everything down of what the students will need when they join the school. So I got a video showing y'all everything. That's 22 minutes long. Another one is an hour long. Not only do I tell y'all every document that they need when they first walk in and they fill out the application and everything, so you can be in compliance with NACAS, I show y'all the documents. Y'all see them. And then after that, guess what? You get to access them. You get to click a button right here, download it to your computer, and put your name on it. How easy is that? The registration form. I don't even know if y'all can see the registration. Let me make this bigger because we may have some people on here that can't see. This document right here. Let me make it bigger because some of y'all probably can't see. Look, this is a registration form. You just click the button at the top right. It downloads to your computer. Rodney, Kenny, all y'all do could put y'all name on it. That's it. Registration form. Enrollment agreement. This is what y'all do. And this enrollment agreement is NACAS compliant. Everything on this enrollment agreement must be on here. Everything. Transfer, reentry, that has to be on there. Hours accepted has to be on there. Everything, every line on here that y'all see, it has to be on here. If your enrollment agreement does not have that, guess what? It's non-compliant. And that means NACAS is going to tell you it's non-compliant. Federal government is going to tell you non-compliant. All of these words, if applicable and all that stuff, this word right here, part of, thereof, and all that, I'm telling y'all, all this has to be on there. Everything, payment terms, the reentry, no more than 30 days, all of this. Accepted by school official, guardian/sponsor, all this has to be, the wording, general terms, all of this stuff has to be on here. I can't stress that enough. So y'all can open schools if y'all want to and have some Mickey Mouse document or whatever. And if you think you're going to get accredited, if you think you're going to get the government money, you got a rude awakening. It ain't happening. I'm going to tell you that right now. The refund policy has to be in compliance with the federal government and NACAS. All these numbers and percentages, and there has to be in compliance. But guess what? You step one, click it, download it. Step two, guess what? Do y'all see why I got this hot? Y'all see right here where that's highlighted? Y'all see this? Can you type and put your name right there? Can you type and put your address right there? Can you type and put your phone number right here? Where I got that highlighted? Can you do that? Oh, I got a Barber program. I don't have Cosmo. Can you change this right here that I got highlighted? Can you type Barber? I don't care if you can't type. Do B-A-R-B-E-R. Boom, it's done. That's simple. The enrollment agreement. They're going to say, dang, man, that Kenny, that Khadijah, they real smart. Man, they got that enrollment agreement. It's tight. They ain't know that y'all just click that button and slap y'all name on the top. There's nothing wrong with copying, y'all, as long as you copy the right cat. I copied Ms. Bellman. This has been updated. New student checklist. You got to have this for orientation. NACA's going to ask you about your orientation checklist. And you know what most schools going to say? Oh, we ain't have one. And if you do have one, everything on here must be checked off. Every last thing on here must be checked off. Student's name, program, whether it's barber, aesthetics, nails, esthetician, doesn't matter. The date, and it must be dated before they start school or on the day that they start school, because that's letting NACAS and the federal government know that you did explain all of this before the student set in your school. By law, the student must be explained all of this, the program objectives, job opportunities, program and course outlines, all of that stuff, license requirements before they start school. And the student must sign and date it, because when NACAS comes to your school, they're going to call students in a classroom by themselves with you out of there, and they're going to ask them these questions. Hey, did Khadijah tell you about the program objectives before you started? And that student, no, she didn't. No. And NACA's going to come out and check the file. And when you have this lets them know. See, documentation beats conversation. You all better click that, boom. Put your name on here. Student come in, get them that folder. They fill that out. You in compliance. There are a lot of documents. The orientation, pre-op enrollment, right here. The receipt of the information. You got to have this when they start. Put your school name here. That's simple. Put your school name right there. And you want to have job placement, yeah, but that doesn't mean they got to find a job. You're not entitled 100% to get them a job, but you want to have job placement available. This right here, pre-enrollment, receipt of information, y'all got to have this. I have received written information concerning the following topics prior to signing my enrollment agreement. School catalog, school graduation rate, all of this. Check. Student sign and date. The documents are what stop school owners from going to the next level. And it stops them from going there quickly. See, you want to go through accreditation quickly instead of getting denied, delayed, and having to go back and do this. No. Y'all be trying to save money, but you ain't saving money. Me getting accredited in 3 years, y'all have to realize that third year I got $700,000. Had I not invested in Ms. Velma's program, let me save this money. I ain't doing that. I wouldn't have got accredited in 3 years. So really, I would have lost 700,000. The fourth year I got over $1 million. I wouldn't have got accredited in 4 years. I would have lost $1 million. That's 1.7 million. You see how trying to save and be cheap, I end up losing more? That's the poor person's mentality. We got to have a rich person's mentality. Completion, placement, licensure rate. Got to have these. For your annual report with NACAS. Satisfactory academic progress. I'll make this bigger. You got to have these. Well, what's that? All of this. Then the student has to sign and date, instructor sign and date. You're going to need all this for NACAS. A lot of schools are just running their school like the Wild Wild West, like the Road Runner, Road Warrior, whatever. Advisory committee surveys. Most schools ain't even never did an advisory committee survey. They don't even know what an advisory committee survey is. You got to have an advisory committee, and you got to have the advisory committee do the advisory surveys every year. Okay. Going back, there are other documents. Current student survey. Yeah, you got to have all your current students to do the surveys. And you got to put that in the folder because NACAS is going to be checking that. All you got to do is look, just put your name, your school name, course of study. Go in the classroom, have the students fill it out, put it in the folder. 2022 current student surveys. All right. 2022 advisory committee surveys. It's still more surveys. 2022, guess what? Graduate exit surveys. When a student graduates and they get ready to exit the school, they must do a graduate exit survey. Okay? And the student must sign and date it. Why? Because NACAS says so. Now, if you're not going to work toward accreditation and getting the government funding, then you don't need this. You don't even need my program. Just read your rules and regulations from the state board and open up your school, and all you got to do is turn in hours every month to the state board. All right. Okay, now let's keep going. They got to have a graduate certificate. These are just examples of graduate certificate surveys. Not a survey, but a graduate certificate when they graduate. I'm just sharing some of the documents. Employer graduate survey. When a student graduates and they find a job, you have to document that that student found a job and call them and document it with this for NACAs. I'm just sharing a lot of stuff that they get, they don't have and get messed up. This is a big one, the withdrawal. Whenever a student withdraws, terminates, or whatever, you have to do a withdrawal record and settlement calculation worksheet, meaning a refund calculation. It doesn't matter if the student owes money or you owe them money, or if the student don't owe no money, you still have to do a refund calculation, this withdrawal of record. You got to do this worksheet. You got to know about the percentage program elapsed, the hours elapsed, reason for withdrawal. You got to know how to do these percentages to come up with all of this. You got to know how to do the percentages to come up with everything down here. We show you all that in the program, because if you're not doing this right, guess what? You're not getting accredited. Yeah. And when you become accredited, people like you're certified even more. Go on down. I even give y'all examples. Yeah, I give y'all examples. I don't leave y'all in the dirt. That's the great thing about the program. In the gold, we do the program with you and for you. Bronze is do it yourself, but we show you examples of everything, how we come up with the numbers and all of that. And you have video trainings. Yeah, y'all got video trainings of everything. So these are just some of the documents, if a student first comes in, that you're going to need, but you already have them right here. So we covered that. Now what we're going to do, and of course they got to get report cards and everything. We are going to talk about the next step. We're going to keep on going.